So we're going to start in our usual seated position, sitting up towards the front of the chair so that the feet can be flat on the floor. Everything's pointing forward. Resting your hands on your shin, elongate the spine. Let's drop the hands down next to us and let's wiggle the fingers and the toes a little bit. Next, a little open and close with your hands. And we'll soften. And then on your inhale breath, we're going to lift the arms all the way up overhead. And as we exhale, we're going to slide into our heart. And let's go ahead and set an intention for our practice. Go ahead and drop your chin toward your chest and soften your eyes. And let's let that intention include kindness for yourself. I want you to rest the thumbs on your chest, and we're going to connect with our breath. Noticing each inhale and each exhale. The rise and fall of your chest should be nice and even. And let's go ahead and open our eyes, lift our heads, lift the arms up overhead, and then we'll relax them down right next to us. We're going to go right into our strength training while we're seated. Go ahead and grab your weights or your cans or your water bottles or whatever you're using. And if you just have one, that's fine. We're going to start with legs first. We're going to just rest the weights on our legs. You're going to hold them on with your hands. Feet are going to stay nice and firmly on the floor. And then I'm slouching, so go ahead, if you are slouching too, straighten out the back. And then we're gonna just do the motion first, and then we'll coordinate it with our breath. Lifting up the right foot, the weight is resting on the thigh. And then we'll soften it down. Lifting up the left. And soften it down. So you want the weight to rest on the legs. So making sure that you're building the strength in your thigh. And just make sure it's comfortable. You don't want it to, if it hurts, you can do this without weights. And now let's use the breath. On your inhale breath, lift the right leg up. And exhale, soften down. Inhale, lift up the left. Exhale, soften. Let's cycle through one more time. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. And exhale, lower. Keeping the weights in place, we're going to stretch out the right leg and have the heel down, toes pointed up. And then we're going to lift up the heel and soften it down. We're going to take our right foot all the way back and come up on the tiptoes. Or you can rest on the ball of the foot if it's more comfortable. And then we'll soften the foot down. We're going to do the left side. Stretch that left leg out. Heel down, toes up. Weight is resting on the thigh. You're holding it with your hands, but your legs are taking all the weight. Go ahead and lift up the heel. And soften down. We're going to slide that foot all the way back. Coming up on your tiptoes or the ball of the foot. And then plant the foot back down. Let's go ahead and lift up our weights and take them to the side. We're going to do a hammer movement for the first. We're only going to do 2 movements with our weights for arms and legs. We're going to lift up. Bring the weight towards you, and then soften back down. Be very controlled with the movements. Lifting up, and soften down. And one more time, lifting up, and soften down. We're going to take the hands and turn them out. So the palms are facing away from the body. And we're gonna do a nice little curl. Bring that weight up and soften. We're doing a total of 3, lifting up and soften. And one more time, lifting up and soften. And then go ahead and put your weights to the side, taking your time. And come back in and shake out the arms. Really shake them out. Diane, you okay? Yeah, you're okay. And then we're gonna bring the arms to the side. We're gonna make a fist. I want you to lift the arms straight up. Lift, 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 lift. And then soften down. Keeping your fists, let's take the arms forward. Lift, 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 lift. And soften back down. This time we're gonna fold forward. We still have a fist and we're gonna take those arms back and we're gonna fold. And then sit back up, bringing the arms back down to the side. We're gonna cycle through that one more time. We're gonna take the arms to the side. Lift, 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 lift. Take them as high as you comfortably can. Keeping your fist in place and then lower down. Take the arms forward. Being very controlled with your movement. Lift, 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 reach. And soften. And then take the arms back and fold. And soften. Let's go ahead and take that right arm and just toss it over the back of the chair. Place the left hand on your left thigh, or left thigh right above your knee. And we're gonna pause, staying forward. So I just want you to get an opening in your shoulder. And then bring that right arm back around and place it on your knee. We're gonna do the same with the left. We're gonna swing that left arm back. And then once you get the arm in place, you're gonna face forward, opening up your shoulder. And then bring your arm back around. Let's stretch out the right leg. Stretch out the left. Let's lift the arms up overhead. Just get a body stretch. And then soften the arms back down. Slide the feet in. Feet are nice and sturdy on the floor. Let's sweep the arms forward and let's lift up for our chair pose. Stretch out the arms. Walk the feet in so that the big toes are touching. Sit back into a chair pose. You don't sit all the way down. And stretch. This is my cheap way of getting you guys to do squats. Go ahead and bend those knees. Chair. And straighten. One last time. Bend those knees. And straighten. Soften the arms down. Go ahead and open up the feet to a little less than shoulder width apart so that you're nice and grounded in your mat. And let's do some shoulder rolls. Let's do about 4 going backwards. And then 4 going forwards. And then slide the hands down. And then sweep the arms up overhead. And then we're going to turn the palms and swan dive down halfway, rotate those arms around and give our shoulders a little squeeze. Slide bend to your knees. Shift your weight into your heels. And pause, get a release for your low back. And then release your arms and go ahead and sweep them up overhead. This time, let's connect the hands and press up. I want you to press your weight into your feet as you're lifting those arms up. And then soften the arms, bringing them forward. Open nice and wide. And flip your palms. Let's bring the hands into namaste. Let's take a chair pose seat and twist to the right. Come back to the front. Twist to the left. Come back to the front. Straighten out the legs, lift the arms up overhead, and swan dive down once again, this time grabbing opposite elbows. Letting your arms and head hang heavy. Shake up the head, yes and no. And then swing your arms front to back. Nice little easy ragdoll. Softness to your knees. And let's swing the arms side to side. And then release the arms and sweep them up overhead and rise up. Oh, go ahead and grab that right wrist and pull up nice and strong. I want you to shift your weight into your heels and lift your toes up. And soften the toes down, rock to the right. And come back to center, rock to the left. And back to center. Go ahead and switch wrists, grab your left wrist, pull up nice and strong. Rock to the left this time. And come back to center, making your way to the right. And back to center, release your arms down and shake everything out. Once you take your arms to the side, we're in a mountain pose. Take a cleansing breath. Inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth. Just walk the feet in a little bit closer together so that your big toes are about 6 inches apart. And then lift up your right leg and then press it back. Plant it down at an angle. We're going to make our way into a warrior one, but I wanted you to do it through a balance. Bend that front knee. Arms go straight up in the air. Turn your back foot and lift the heel. And sweep the arms forward and back. Coming back to center. Take a big step forward. So that requires strength and balance. We'll get to do it again. So I don't think we transitioned that way before. Let's go ahead and lift up the left leg and then press it back, plant it down at an angle. That front knee bends. Arms go straight up, warrior one. Sweeping those arms forward and back. Turning the back foot, lifting up the heel. And coming back up. Let's go ahead and soften the arms. And press forward. Back into a mountain pose. All right, we're going to transition into a warrior two. So turning back to the side. I'm going to start with the right leg first. So you don't have to lift it high, but lift it and step it back. Angle the toes out. And then you're shifting your body. Arms go straight. You're bending the front knee and taking your gaze over that front arm. Both arms are nice and level. Let's reverse the warrior. Coming back to warrior two. Soften your arms. Turn the back foot and stepping forward. We're going to do the left side. Lift that left leg up. Plant it back at an angle. You're shifting your pelvis. Arms are going to go nice and straight. You're going to bend the knee. Gaze is going to go over the front arm. Reverse your warrior. Coming back to warrior two. And soften your arm. Turn the back foot. Step forward. Go back into a mountain pose. Inhale, lift the arms up overhead. Exhale, slide them to your heart. Right foot comes into kickstand position. And let's go ahead and slide the foot to right up underneath the knee. And if that's too high, let's do right at the ankle. Or somewhere in between. We're just going to balance. Go ahead and soften the foot and shake out your arms. Okay, you guys are show-offs. Everybody was in perfect balance. It looked really good. All right. Sweep those arms up overhead. Slide them to your heart once again. Left foot comes into kickstand. And then go ahead and slide that foot to right up underneath the knee, mid leg, or above the ankle. Up to you. And then go ahead and soften the foot, soften your hand. Okay, y'all don't need me. I'm gonna go take a nap now because that just looked really good. All right. Let's go ahead and do a little glute activation. Hands to the waist. Right leg to the side. Press the heel back. You're bouncing on that left leg. Bring it back to the side and soften. Shifting over to the right. Lift that left leg to the side. Press the heel back. Bring it back to the side and soften. Let's cycle through that one more time. Shifting to the left with the right leg to the side. Press the heel back. Bring it back to the side and soften. One more time on the left leg to the side. Heel goes back. Comes back to the side and soften. Let's pull out the knees. Let's relax the arms and shake out the knees. All right. Let's lift the right arm straight up in the air. And then I want you to take your gaze as you take your right arm back. Bring it back forward and soften. Left side, when the left arm goes up. Take it back, take your gaze with you. And bring it back to center and soften. So I realized that I forgot to ask you guys what you want to work on. And because I didn't, I'm just going to do a full body, everything, and then we'll spend time on balance. So I hope that's good. All right. Let us bring our hands to our waist and step the right foot forward and come up on the ball of the foot. I want you to take and pull the shoulders down. So I'm exaggerating here. So you want the shoulders nice and relaxed, and then press the chest forward, press the elbows slightly back. We're going to soften the heel and lift right back up. And soften, coming back up. And then we're going to step back. Let's do the left side. Step that left foot forward, planting the ball of the foot down. The heel is lifted. And then once again, drop those shoulders. Press the chest slightly forward. And then soften the heel. And lift back up. Give a nice little stretch in our calves. Soften the heel. Lift back up. Then go ahead and step back. Shake out your legs, keeping your hands at your waist. Let's lift up the right leg, bouncing on the left. You don't need to lift it high. And we'll plant it down. Lift up the left. And plant it down. Having your feet in a mountain pose kind of level position. And then we're going to come up on the ball of the foot on the right. And then we're going to rotate the left and press the heel down. So we're lifting our whole body up. And switch. And switch. And one more time, switch. And then soften that left leg down. Let's take the right leg to the side again. But this time press it forward, activating your quads. And then bring it back to the side and soften. Let's do the left. Lift that left leg to the side. Press it forward, activating your quads. Bring it back to the side and soften. This cycle through once again. Right leg to the side. Press it forward, activating the quads. Bring it back to the side and soften. And one more time. Left leg to the side. Bring the leg forward, bring it to the side, and soften. Relax your hands and shake it, everything out. Let's lift the right arm straight up. I'm going to turn around and then take it back and put it in the back of your head. Take that elbow out nice and wide. Bring the elbow in, lift up the right arm, and soften. Let's do the left side. Left arm goes straight up. Get to the back of your head, top of the shoulder. Open up the elbow. Bring it back in. Lift up your arm and soften. This time sweep both arms up. And then bend right at the back of the head. And then open up, squeezing your shoulder blades together. Bring the elbows in, lift up the arms, and soften down. We're going to cycle through that one more time, starting with the right hand, and then bring it to the back of the head, open up the elbow. Elbow comes in, arm goes up, and soften. Left side, left arm goes up, and goes to the back, open, and bring it in, lift, and soften. Sweeping both arms up, and bend it. Open up those elbows, really squeezing the shoulder blades together. Bring the elbows in, lift, and soften. This time, we're going to walk behind our chairs, holding on with both hands. A little more space here. I think I'm still in the camera, yes. All right. Walk a little close to the chair, but you want the arms to still be straight. So position yourself so the arms can be straight. Because I want to do a supported warrior 3, so just a little bit more leg building. So go ahead and lift that arm back. I'm going to have to let go of my chair, but you guys hold on. So the arms can be straight. And then come back up and soften. Let's do the left side. That left leg goes back. And in theory, if I had more space, my arms could be straight on my chair. And then bend it back in and soften. Let's do that once again. Right leg lifts, stretch it back. Arms are straight, warrior 3. And then go ahead and bend and soften. One more time with the left leg, pressing back, warrior 3. And bending and softening. Coming back to the front of your chair. Let's do a little bit more hip openers. Go ahead and lift up the right leg, hand to the top, rotate the leg, rotate it back in, and soften. Left side, lifting the left, hand to the top, rotate it open, rotate it back in, and soften. Repeat, right leg up, hand to the top of the thigh, rotate it open, rotate it back in, and soften. And one more time, left side, rotate the thigh open, rotate it back in, and soften. Let's bring the hands to the waist. Let's lift up the right leg. Have the toes pointed down towards the floor and press the foot back. And bring it forward. And press it back. And bring it forward. And soften. Lift up the left. Toes are pointed down. Press the foot back. So you're activating your glutes here. Bring it forward. Press it back. And bring it forward. And soften down. Go ahead and relax your hands again, shake them out. I want you to lift up the right foot so that the knee is pointed down. You don't have to lift it high. You just want your knee pointed down. Left arm up, compression out of the back. Soften your arm, soften your foot, shake out your legs. Shifting your weight to the right, lift up that left, knee pointed down. Right arm goes up. And soften your arm, soften your leg, shake it out. Let's bring the hands to the, actually don't bring them to your waist. Just go ahead and cross your right foot over your left. And actually I want you to bring your hands to your heart. So this one will get a little balance. And we will open our back. So go ahead and fold forward. Pausing and lift the elbows. So your weight is going to shift back. You'll really feel that in your hamstrings. And then soften the elbows first, rising up, releasing your hands, and uncross. Left foot is going to go across to the right. Hands are going to come to the heart once again. And then we're going to fold forward. And then lifting the elbows, opening up the back a little bit more. And soften the elbows first, rising up. Relax your hands, uncross, shake everything out. All right. Let's bring our bodies close to our chair. We're going into our chair pose without sitting. So you're not sitting all over. Okay. So I'm taking it ready. You guys are ready to sit down. All right. So we're going to sit down and stand up. Let's bring those arms up. Sit. You sit all the way. Press into your feet. Rise up. I want you to practice doing this without using your hands. And sit. And press back up. I'm going to do one more cycle through. Sit down. Press up into your feet. And this time I want you to lower yourself into your chair slowly. Like watching paint dry slowly. And then once you're in, arms are straight up. We'll slide them down. Nice work, you guys. We've done a lot already today. Let's go ahead and step that right leg forward and left leg forward, heel down. And then we're going to cross the right foot right at the shin. This is different. And then shifting your weight so the back is straight. Then we're going to lift the arms up overhead. Really reaching. And then we'll soften the arms down. And then uncross the right foot and slide that left foot in. We're going to do the opposite side. So that right foot's going to come out, heels down, toes up. We're going to cross over at the shin. We're going to shift our pelvis so the back is elongated. We're going to lift those arms all the way up overhead. And then we'll slide them to our heart once again. And release and uncross. And then let's go ahead and bring the feet in. Plant them down, and then let's have them about shoulder width apart. We're still sitting at the front of our chair, so I want you to use your core for support. And then bring the hands to the top of your thighs, right in front of your knees. Shift your pelvis forward, and then we're going to fold forward. Elbows out to the side. And then we're going to lift the right arms up and look. And then we're going to soften it back, folding down. Lift that left arm and look. And soften down. And we'll repeat. Right arm goes up. And soften. And left arm. And soften. And press back up into a nice long upper body. Walk the feet in. This time we're going to scoot back in our chair. Go all the way to the back if it's comfortable, but you don't want to lean back. You want to still sit upright. Let's go ahead and cross that right ankle over the thigh this time. Bring your right hand and gently press open. And we'll pause here. And then go ahead and uncross and soften the foot. Let's do the left side. Cross that left foot over the right. And so it's interesting because for me, this hip is always tighter. So it's hard for me to lift that leg pretty high on this. We can go ahead and gently press open. And then let's go ahead and soften and uncross. All right. We're going to cross the right over, but this time come closer to your knee. You may have to hold on to the leg to keep it in place. We're going to use our core and lift up the left leg. Pausing here. So it should be on your thigh, but close to your knee, but definitely not on it. Now let's add some ankle action here. Let's just go ahead and make some circles with those toes. And then go ahead and pause and bend that left leg and uncross. Let's do the opposite side. Right ankle comes over. Again, we're close to the knee, but not on it. Holding it in place. Use your core to lift up your right foot. Pausing. Let's make some easy circles. Wiggle your toes if it feels good. And then when you're ready, go ahead and soften your foot. And then we'll uncross. Let's scoot up to the middle of our chair so the feet are flat on the floor. Let's go ahead and lift the arms and then bend the elbows. Once you go ahead and open into a goddess arm, sway the hands. And then pause. Spread the fingers out nice and wide. Let's press the hands in. And then press them out. And I want you to take the arms slightly back to squeeze your shoulder blades. And then bring the arms back to neutral. Let's make a fist. Open. Make a fist. And open. I know the shoulders are tired. We're almost there. Make a fist. And open. Pressing the hands in once again. And soften down. We're going to take another twist. I want you to go ahead and take that arm behind your chair, but I want you to twist your gaze to go with it. And then bringing your gaze back forward and bring your arm around. Let's take that left leg, move it twisting with it. And then bring your gaze back around. Let's go ahead and stretch out the legs. And then plant the hands on the thighs. Elongate the back first, and I want you to walk the hands down. If you can get them right below your knees, I want you to do that and pause. And then walk the hands back up. This time we're going to walk the hands down. I want you to go a little bit further. So if you were at your knees, try to go below your knees. If you were below your knees, try to go down to your shin bones. Now the heels are down, the toes are up, so you really should be feeling this in the back of your legs. You should feel like, okay, my low back is opening up. Let's walk the hands back up. And then slide the feet in. Let's slide over to the right side of our chair. We're gonna make our way to a seated half happy baby. So we're gonna lift up the right leg. You can hold onto your leg or your foot. We're gonna move it up and down, make circles. Just loosening up that hip joint, moving the leg in whatever way feels good for you. And then we'll soften that right foot. We're gonna make our way to the left side of our chin. The right thigh stays on, left leg is doing its thing. We're gonna lift up and grab the side of the foot or side of the leg. And then we're gonna move it up and in. And side to side and make circles. Again, just whatever feels good here. And we're gonna go ahead and soften the foot. We're gonna slide back in. And then I want you to stretch out your legs in front of you. You can sit on the back of your chair for support, but I want you to make sure that you're not rounding, that everything is straight and lifted. And that if you put your hands on your thighs, that you actually feel the muscles in the top of your thighs. If that's not the case, I want you to keep your heels down and sit up in your chair, and then activating your quads. But I think you all can do this sitting back. Let's go ahead and soften the right foot down and then stretch it back out. Let's soften the left. and stretch it back out. Let's lift the arms up. Now we're gonna bend the right foot and then bring the left arm down. Stretch out the right leg and then lift your arm back overhead. This time the left leg bends, the right arm comes down. So opposite arm, opposite leg. And lifting back up. Let's cycle through that one more time. Right leg bend, left arm down. And lifting back up. And one more time, left leg bend, right arm down. And then lift both legs. Go ahead and connect the fingers. Press up, really reach, reach, reach. This time point your toes, really reaching. And then go ahead and soften the arms, soften the legs. And let's take our head towards our right shoulder and roll it all the way around. Take it to the left shoulder. Roll it all the way around. And then let's go ahead and soften our chin towards our chest and soften our eyes. Let the feet be easy on the floor. Let everything just kind of relax and melt into your chair. We're going to give ourselves a few moments of quiet Shavasana. Let's connect with our breath. Notice each inhale and each exhale. Connecting with your intention you set at the beginning practice. But remember that intention includes kindness for yourself. I want you to stay present. I'm going to stay in our Shavasana for about 2 minutes. And let's go ahead and bring awareness back to the body. We'll wiggle our fingers and our toes. Easy circles with our wrists and our ankles. And then let's stretch those arms overhead for a full body stretch. And stretch out your legs if that feels good. And then we'll soften. And let's pause with our head at our right shoulder. Roll it back and let's pause with it at the left. And let's drop the chin towards the chest and bring our hands to our heart. Thank you for sharing your practice. The light in me honors the light in you. Namaste.